AB, spin that shit. Let's go.
It's the move. Big Sconey on the groove. New topics every day. What's the news? And we never lose. What's the word gonna choose? And you know we going up. Don't get confused. Baby, it's the move. It's the move.
Let's talk about some of how you hook up with Traxter, cause that's another stint. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been knowing you for years,
Right.
And it's just like you said, I knew you before you went to the joint.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you got back out, you know, everything reconnecting, all that good stuff. You do know I made my first mixtape at your crib.
Did you?
Yeah, on 74, off Stone.
Off Stone, yeah.
Natal introduced me to you, and basically you let us in. You was like, yeah.
And left. Yeah. I'm glad you met. You know what? let me say this to you. So, like, even you coming back doing this interview, like, you got your platform going, and for you saying, I gotta go back and interview a motherfucker who helped me when I was doing my thing. But listen, bro, I touched and helped so many people back in them days, bro. Like,
Yeah, for nothing.
yeah, I'm talking about.
You ain't charged.
Listen, like, y'all used to come to my crib, bro, and I would leave. Like, hey, I got all the equipment. And I used to always tell guys, if you don't know how to work it, yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna teach you nothing, not finna show you nothing. You wanna do your production, you wanna do your records. Here go the stuff that you do your records and stuff with. Figure it the fuck out. Cause that's how niggas did me. Like, hey, here go the equipment. You know, and then, speaking of Traxter used to do shit like, here go the book. Who best to teach you other than the motherfucker who made the machine? Read the book. And I used to be looking like, but you know how to work them? He's like, yeah, I know how to work it. But if you want to know how to work it, you need to read the manual to the dude who made the machine. And that's what made me so, like, I was so sufficient with the MPC because I read the entire book. I read the entire MPC book and used to be sitting with the MPC on my lap like, oh, that's what he's talking about. So I met Traxter through my cousin Lucky. So I got a cousin named Lucky. Actually, if you look at all the old Twista, Leroy Burton. If you look at Leroy Burton on the back of them albums, that's my cousin. So when I came to the crib, he was like, man, cuz you gotta stay out of trouble. I got a recording studio on 680 South Chicago. A lot of motherfuckers be up there recording whatever, come hang out. You know what I'm saying? Just hang out with me. All right. You know what I'm saying? And then I was tripping because, you know, they called him Lucky. I'm like, look, why you got a recording studio out south? You from out west? And that's, you know, I'm fucking with a bunch of Southside people, so I built a studio out south. Okay. So I came up there, me and a couple of my other cousins, we used to hang out there it was a hangout for us. Like, it was a hangout, literally. I met Traxter because I used to hang out in my cousin's studio, and Traxter was his producer or what have you. And then Twista and all them, Twista, Speed Not Monsters, Do or Die, Psychodrama, all these guys is coming through these studios. That's why I know all of them so on a personal level, because Danny Boy, all these cats done came through CWAL. So I'm Toxic, KX. So, my days is really like hang out in the building, come to 680 South Chicago, you know what I'm saying? So at this particular time, I'm getting more and more into the music. So I tell Luck, like, man, I want to get into the music, He's like, man, start going back there with tracks. And, you know, at the time, I'm feeling like this is my cousin's studio. Ain't no way I can go anywhere in this building I want. You feel what I'm saying? So tracks used to be in the back. You know, that's why I know for a fact Twista is, I've seen Twista record, bro. Twista is a phenomenal rapper, bro. No, listen.
No, I feel you.
I watched Twista do shit in one take and was like, this motherfucker cold, right? It's really what made me start liking rap, because we was one of the first people in the city with a rap van. Riding around, giving away, because at the particular time, before Twista, it was D.A. Smart that had the record, the Walk With Me record busting for CWAL. But Twista came and everything changed. But I got a chance to be privy to all that. You know what I'm saying? Riding around, kicking it, hanging. It really wasn't no musical thing for me. But watching tracks was like, damn, dude, cold. You know what I'm saying? So it made me more interested in, all right, cool, the DJing shit is cool, but I started seeing the money they was making on production and all that. I'm saying, shit, the nigga who making the records is the motherfucker who getting the bread, not the nigga who up there rapping and all that shit. So I want to get into this side, more into this side of the thing. And I was already making tracks, but I wasn't, what I want to say, like tracks is a connoisseur of music, bro. Like every new drum machine come out, he want to play with it. Like he a techie motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like he want to play with the drum machines. This motherfucker used to sit in the studio and fuck with one drum for a whole day. And I used to be looking like, nah, the kick cool. Nah, but it don't got the. I used to be like, what the fuck is the? And when he did do a production on a record, I would hear what he was like. Oh yeah, I see what he meant. You know what I'm saying? So it made me say, nah, I gotta pay attention to the drums, how this shit gonna come out. So that's how I met Trax. Lucky used to be like, man, just sit back there with him. And I used to just be sitting in the corner at first, just watching, not saying shit. Then I started asking a bunch of questions. You know what I'm saying? He used to kick me out sometimes. Like, SLugo, I'm producing right now. Like, stop asking questions. And of course, I'm a bugaboo. I was like, I know, but what's that right? He's like, get out. You know what I'm saying? So then he was like, he was teaching me Toxic and KX at the same time. He had a B room up there. He's like, y'all go in the B room and walking us through certain stuff and whatever. And I used to be like, I used to always say, Trax is cold on the hip hop. But all the shit that he's showing me on the hip hop side and shit I'm learning with KX and Toxic, if I apply that shit to the juke world or the ghetto house world, ain't nobody gonna be able to fuck with me because these niggas is not finna spend an hour on a drum. I am. So that's what, on the drum side, if you listen to my programming, man, that man, I used to be telling him like, hey man, what you hear this kick I made? You know what I'm saying? And I was under the, trying to impress him and Luck and whatever. And then I got a CD called Cardboard Booty. It was the first legal CD that I had with the barcode and all that. So Big Rap was a stickler for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we gonna put out legit music. And the Cardboard Booty is the first CD I put out with all my own tracks on it. So it was crazy. Once I seen that, and then I started seeing the numbers from that shit, I'm like, shit. But yeah, that's how I met Traxter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I always watched y'all, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, people used to look at it like, cause you gotta understand, like I say, when I'm into something, I'm into it. I was CWAL crazy. You couldn't tell me, it was like, every day you see me, CWAL, and everybody, what the fuck is CWAL? And why he rapping it so hard? To the point I took it down to the projects. I had the guys saying it. CWAL, what, is that a gang? So people start thinking we was a gang. Like, nah, we ain't no gang, bro. We just into music and we love what we doing and this the crew. And we was deep. Like it was people that was with us that wasn't even with us. You know what I'm saying? So it was like we throwing up that CW and people was like, shit. And we was everywhere with it. Everywhere we went, we got the CWAL, the jackets, the shirts, the hoodies, the hats. You know, we just went bozo with it. Like we was repping that shit hard. Yeah.
People never knew. And that's what I'm saying. Like I said, I always watched. I've been always a student of the game.
Yes, sir.
You know, like you used to say, when running to me in range, you like, man, nigga Tone will come out till you need some money.
Yeah.
And that was the realest shit. You was like, this nigga Pete. Because again, I don't give a fuck about it. I ain't love it like y'all love it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? For a fact. I love the bread. And I was really just trying to put my nigga on it, you know, trying to help get it. So yeah, Slug, man, like I said, I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Man, you one of these Chicago legends. You know, and people need to know about what's been going on in the city of Chicago. They,
Yes, sir.
You know, because it's crazy. You know, I live in the South, and if I ever played house music, no matter where I was, Arkansas, you know, Tennessee, wherever, Texas, people be like, what the fuck is that shit? You know what I'm saying? Turn that bullshit Oh,
What?
gay music, you know, they say it's, you know, homosexual music and all this kind of
What?
nonsense. And it's just like, dude, y'all don't even realize
Mm.
that the dudes that make this shit will beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy shit
Yeah,
about it.
yeah,
Like, it's like, real talk, motherfuckers just don't know. Like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
back in our, you know, back in the days, all the stuff you talking about, the time periods you've been talking about, the parties was 80% of the night, 85% of the night was house music.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The
Rap,
whole night.
yeah.
Rap got
Rap didn't come into like
dirt.
way later on.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like,
the Chief Keef,
yeah,
that era. But before that, it was like
house music all
house
night,
music all night.
all
And
night,
then we play a couple rap records
and some slow jams.
and some slow cuts, and then back to Juke.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and people just don't understand, man. And we didn't have YouTube and video cameras.
Man, ooh man, if we'd had that back then, ooh man.
They wouldn't believe it. So that's why
Yeah.
these stories got to be told.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
appreciate you being able to tell it.
Yes, sir.
Man, I was trying to get Dion. I should have called you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I was trying to get Dion, man, and he was always telling me, man, I ain't really trying to do all that tone, man.
Yeah, he'd have did it. He'd have sat down and
Yeah,
I'd have
he
been.
wanted to do it.
Yeah.
He was just being. I always probably just catch him in the funks, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Man, I seen y'all did one, and I'm gonna make sure I promote that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to always tell people like, call me, he ain't gonna tell me no. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause Dion definitely would shoot some shit down. He'd be like, man, ain't nobody finna do that bullshit. And I used to be like, nah, nigga, we going to do that. Like, you better be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, or I'd say something like, man, that's Tone. How we gonna not go do an interview for Tone? So he'd have came. He'd have came.
I know, and the fucked up thing about it, I realized it when I saw your interview.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, yeah, cause he tried to not come to that one too, and I was like, hey, bro, don't.
I saw it in the interview.
Yeah, I say don't
The
put.
nigga attitude in
Yeah.
the whole interview was El Dion. That was this.
I was like, don't. I say all you gotta do is don't pull up to show me you don't support me, man. Man, fuck it, I'll be there, man. Like, man, listen, man. I just be like, all you gotta do is don't pull up. If you don't pull up, then I know you don't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know, yeah, he definitely pull up when I call him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's anybody that's in that house ghetto world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be looking at the ghetto house guys and looking at the juke guys and be like, that's some form of fashion. I touched your career, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I helped you in some form of fashion. And like I tell Fats, like I'm working on a project I just finished a project with Fats and Thaz, and we be having our little powwows, and I told them like, I can't think of, and I want to make sure I get this on your camera, because out of all the people I've helped in the 10, 20, 30 years, I can't think of, besides you coming to do this interview, anybody who came back and said, I need to give a little bit of that back to him because I'm in the position I am right now, or I know what I know right now, or I was able to put this record out, or so on and so forth. It's cool to say, no, you helped me, bro, but I'm saying, how you kick back in? Like, how do you give back? Like, give back to those who have given to you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, anybody who's helped me can't say that. I made it my business to say, because I used to go live and say, hey, does anybody feel like I owe them? If you feel like I owe you something, please tell me what it is. And it ain't on no disrespectful thing. It's like, tell me what I owe you, because I never want to leave this earth on anybody anything. So tell me what I owe you, and let's figure out how I can pay you that back. Not on the strength that I just want to get you out the way. It's just, I want to make sure I want to stick to my thing of not wanting to owe anybody anything when I leave the earth. So when I leave the earth, my kids ain't got to worry about, hey, well, your daddy, I did your daddy a solid, and man, this is what I need. No, I paid them back. I paid them back, and it's some people I done paid back and some, you know, for helping me or what have you. So, but the crazy part is I can't think of nobody who I helped back then that's came back and said, hey, I got a TV show, or hey, I got a podcast, or hey, I got this situation and I want to plug you in it because when I was coming up, you helped me. And I just be looking, and like it's people be wondering why I act the way I act or why I be saying the things I say, and I be like, bro, y'all don't know. Yeah, I be looking like y'all don't know that. I be looking at cats and looking at these people's career and saying, I helped him. He wouldn't have that right there if I hadn't did that right there. You know what I'm saying? And it's always been, cause it took one of my closest mentors and homies to say, you know what your problem is? God will give you a blessing and you be sharing the blessings with people, and really that blessing only be for you at that particular time. And you got a problem with wanting to help everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of your blessings get jacked off, because you'll get an opportunity and then call people to give them a piece of your opportunity, and a lot of these people ain't deserving of it. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell people this all the time. Like, sometimes you gotta get out every time somebody asks me something, hey man, how everything go? I be saying, I'm out the way. Staying out the way. What you doing? Staying out the way. Because, and this is the reason I say that, because I have been in situations where I literally see God dealing with somebody. Like dealing with you financially, dealing with you mentally, dealing with you physically. And the problem we have as human beings, we interfere a lot. If God dealing with Tone or letting Tone be dealt with, let me make sure I phrase that right. God don't be dealing with people. He be getting out the way. So you want to play with the devil and don't want to acknowledge me that I'm helping you stay from up under that? Okay, let me get out your way. Let you do as you please. You got your own thing. Let me get out your way. So he ain't really dealing with you, just ain't dealing with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those. Then I see me being the God-fearing person I am and the helpful person I am, man, Tone, listen, here go 300. So God say, I need, yeah.
You can't cover what
Yeah.
can't cover. God can cover.
Exactly. So it's one of those things I say.
And you remove yourself from the cover.
Facts.
He don't remove himself. You remove
yourself,
from
right.
the cover. So he say, well, I can't.
But this is what I mean by running interference. Like, yeah, like I give you, try to cover. Like I want to be God. Like I want to help Tone. I can't let Tone starve. And they said, no, Tone ain't starve. Tone letting himself starve. You need, but let me deal with you too, cause the only way to keep you from helping Tone, I got to punch you in your stomach. You know what I'm saying? As I tell people, sometimes you got to stay out the way. If you see some people going through something, you better evaluate that situation first before you go over there, get involved, and then you get struck by that lightning that's coming that way too. You know what I'm saying? While you holding their hand and they get struck by lightning, do you think for 1 second the shock ain't gonna get you too? You know what I'm saying? So my new thing is I'm staying out the way. You know what I'm saying? If God want me to help you, I'll get some type of indication or something of that nature saying, help him out. You know what I'm saying? Reach for him. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, mind your business. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm be on. I mind my business.
I'm going to say this on camera, bro. Like, I owe you one.
You don't, though. Here, let me tell you why. And everybody who be around me know this. If you owed me, I've never had anybody owe me anything and ain't gave me what you owe me. And that's just the person that I am. If I feel like you owe me, and it's one of those things where I need that favor back, you got to remember this. You doing this podcast stuff, right? I might be able to, I know I helped Tone. You don't owe me nothing. But I always know in the back of my mind, I may need to call on Tone for something.
That's what I'm talking about.
But listen, but I don't ever want you walking around in life and like, man, I owe that man one. But my thing is this, it's like,
call me, I'm coming.
Exactly. But here's the thing. I can't think of 10 of you. In my entire 30 plus years. So it's one of those things where I always try to keep, you know how somebody say, man, I'm bringing the album out, I'm finna call in all my favors. That's when I might need to, hey Tone, I'm bringing out a new album. Come interview me on my new album. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, but I mean, but here's the thing. I rocked with you back then because I knew what type of brother you was back then. You feel what I'm saying? I always say it like, and then you gotta remember, I met you through somebody else. And then when you came to the crib, like, people used to bring people to my crib, I'm like, who's this? You know what I'm saying? When he brought you to the crib, I had no clue who he was. But the vibe, It was like, no, he seemed pretty cool, whatever. Man, I need to do some music. Okay, it's a room full of equipment. I'm gonna be in here watching TV. You feel what I'm saying? And walk away. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking like, don't forget that though. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't forget that it's $1,000 worth of equipment in there that I just let you go in there and play with my toys. Yeah. Don't forget I let you play with my Tonka truck. You feel what I'm saying? When you didn't have a Tonka truck. You feel what I'm saying?